So yeah, absolutely, it was a good way to win. A good way to win a game. We feel that we can get better, and obviously we have to get better.
Just know you said you made a number of changes at halftime. Why did you decide not to?
Um, I suppose we know this group, we know these guys, and we did feel that they were going to get better. That you know the quality of our starters are our starters because they're generally the best players in those positions. Things didn't work as well as they could have done. Poor decisions, but we did feel that there was a bit more in the players.
And you let them know that you were contemplating changes.
Yeah, I think there was a general acceptance amongst everyone inside the dressing room that we didn't do as well as we could have done, and it wasn't just amongst the management that felt that way. It was a whole group just very frustrated after that first half.
League final win, right? How relevant was the league final win?
It was. I suppose when you get to a championship, it doesn't really matter what happens in the league. But from our perspective and from a group perspective, it was a big deal for us. We were delighted to win that league, and particularly when we lost to Kilkenny in the two previous big games that we had played against them. So it was a big deal for us, but I suppose not really relevant for last weekend.
You've probably got a few players through the last couple of leagues who've really beginning to deliver now, like with the depth that you have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, it's kind of in intercounty hurling. You can't really you need that experience in the leagues. You have to. It's a big deal playing intercounty hurling now, and when you're going into any of the top teams, so you're up against the top teams. The way that the competitions are tiered, so you have your Munster League and you have your league and then your Challenger. There's a big difference between, say, your Munster League and your National Hurling League, if you want to call it that. And it's an opportunity for guys who are coming out of the panel. We use that competition generally. We use that Munster League to try and get players that are showing up in the local club championship. Give them their jersey and see how they perform, and some of them perform really well and they're able to progress to a National League team and then obviously onto our championship team, and we've seen one or two examples of that this year and we're delighted with that.
What's your own abiding memories of All Ireland finals, Brian, that you played in? And, you have obviously the battle of trying to win a match, but there's a lot of occasion around it as well. Is it the same as it was then, and is it like something that you can either tap into or something to ignore?
It's great excitement in it, but it's a game that you kind of have to enjoy that excitement that is there and try to embrace it, and while at the same time keep in the back of your head that this is a really competitive game, and it's a game that everyone wants to be there, but everyone wants to be in it. Losing team in the final, it's worse than losing a semi-final. It's worse than losing a quarter-final. It's a bad place to be. So while you're conscious of enjoying it, you do want to stay concentrated, and you want to be tuned in to get the best out of yourself and show your best abilities on that big day.
A lot of people would think that I suppose Limerick have been a big part of this Clare team story, and to a lesser extent Kenny. Like, is there any part of it felt a little bit strange about that it's Cork that you're playing in All Ireland final?
Look, the best teams make it to the All Ireland final. Like we can have complaints, but at the end of the day, going back looking at last year, the year before, or whatever it was, but two best teams are in the All Ireland final. It's Cork now, and they're there on merit. They've beaten Limerick twice. So we can see from the last day, I was in the stand watching the last day. It's just a brilliant experience and a brilliant game.
What stood out to you most about, I suppose, Cork's performance and how they went about it and their setup the last day?
Just I suppose just the desire they had, the pace that they had, the spirit that they had, the levels of skill, the just relentless running, relentless attacking. It was just a real advertisement for hurling, a real advertisement for I suppose everything that is good in Cork hurling.
Would you reflect on the round robin game now, or do you think that's limited relevance to the final coming?
No, I thought that was a good game too. That was a really good game. I thought we played really well. It was probably our best performance of the year so far. Even though we did go down, we went 7 down at one stage during the game. But I thought that was a really good game down in Cork. We were really good to win. And I don't think we've got to that level since then. It was our best performance of the year.
I made a lot of focus on Shane O'Donnell for obvious reasons because of what happened in 2013. Did you ever fear that you had lost him with that concussion that he actually might come back from that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was live.
You know, it was a real serious. It was a real serious incident, and you know, there was a lot of. You know, he got the expertise that he needed, and you know, there was never, obviously, you know, the quality that he is. We'd love to have him back, but at the same time, we're conscious that you know it was such a serious incident that it was absolutely 100% his decision and his call as to when he came back, and I suppose you know that has influenced how he's trained over the last 2 years, and you know it's great for him that he has been able to get back to the level.
Just on Shane again, the style of hurler that he's become, it's obviously like maybe not what people would have thought after 2013. Like, was that an organic thing? You know, the way he's become this kind of great ball winner, this nearly kind of sort of focal point for the attack game.
Yeah, I suppose. Look, he you know, in that half-forward position, I suppose the rarest commodity in the game is half-forwards that win their own ball. I think he's one of those guys. But obviously, he's also a deadly inside forward as well. Like, so it's I suppose the question is, you know, where do you use him, where do you get the best use of him? Is it in that half-forward line, or is it in the full forward line? So you know, it's a great problem for us to have. But it's he is that kind of individual that you know he will perform at an exceptional level in either of those 2 lines in the field. And then when he was younger, when he was probably 14 or 16, he was centre back. You know, so he was always that bit ahead of his peers.
Just on Cork again, one thing John Kiley said on Sunday was that they found it very difficult to stop Cork's really quick puck out. There was a couple of times where the ball was only over the bar, it was nearly in Declan Dalton's hand the other end of the pitch. John said there was a very new development that he'd noticed this year, teams getting the ball in much quicker than before. What's your experience of that?
Yeah, well, I suppose Limerick loves structure, you know, and they love the referee to blow the whistle twice before the ball comes out, and they've always got that structure. They like to have their 3 half-backs in place. They're half forward, and they're very good on the opposition puck out. So obviously when we were playing Limerick, obviously Cork the same, you know, we didn't like that structure. You know, we wanted to get the ball out quick, but you're governed by the referee. So if the referee won't allow the quick puck out, it restricts you.
Yeah. Is it hard though to stop, say, like John made the point at your always to be in an attacking formation to score means that you can't, by extension, be in a defensive formation. So if somebody Declan Dalton who's already peeled away from the wing, is it a hard thing to prevent as opposed to utilising yourself?
Yeah, I suppose you have to go with it. Look, I suppose you know, the question that we have, you know, nearly every day that we play is, you know, is the referee going to have a quick book out? That's the question that every goalkeeper and every manager wants to know. When are you going to allow the book out? So typically with the when it's a score, he has to take the time to write down the score, but when it's a wide, you can generally get it out a bit quicker.
Do you generally find there's much variance in referees? Like you obviously suffered because of the most final at the end of the game across last year. It was the quick book that was pulled back. Is there variance in the interpretation you find?
There is, yeah. So you just have to I suppose, look at the referee and look at how he referees games previously, but then that's never it's never guaranteed that they will referee the puck out in the same format.
Just to come back to Shane for a second, this is the bulk of a league comebacks and hits the ground running. Ryan misses effectively a year and looks like it had taken a shot out of us at home in Croke Park. What's your secret? How are they up and running so quickly?
Yeah, well look, we've got good people involved in the team. Like we've got good physios, we've got a great medical team, we've got brilliant coaches, and brilliant S&C coach, and they all work really hard to get the players out in the field and get them in good shape. So we rely on the expertise that we have, and yes, we do.
Just on that, you brought in Lucas this year. People know who he is, obviously, from having worked with teams before, Galway. Like, what makes him good at it, or is it just that people kind of recognise his name a little bit more than other S&C coaches?
Yeah, no, he obviously has a great CV and a great track record. When he became available last year, he was someone that we wanted to talk to, and delighted to get him on board.
Brian, we're all great managers on a Monday morning or a Sunday morning after a Saturday game. You had a few big calls to make on Saturday, and you made them. And one, they both worked out perfectly. And one was Ryan Taylor. I thought that was a very brave move. You, a man who hadn't played any game time, and you put him in there. And everybody has said it. He really was the turning point, maybe.
I suppose we had he was up with the surgeon, and he got good news from the surgeon. He was told that he could go back and go straight into contact, and often with players that go straight into contact, they can be a little bit nervous, or some players can be nervous, but he wasn't. He went straight into it. He played a couple of matches midfield for us, and he was excellent, really excellent in our training games. For the Wexford game, he wasn't on the panel. Physio felt that it was just too early, and they couldn't trust of an Ireland quarter final. There wasn't a place for him for his development, and so we didn't bring him in he wasn't on the panel for the Wexford game, but he had another 2 weeks then after that. He kept progressing, and he got the opportunity.
The bench now is very strong. You brought in the lads there, Ian Galvin, Shan, and the boys, and they really, they deserved their place when they came in, and they really brought us home. It was really. So you must be really pleased with the way the bench have been now since the Tipperary game, I suppose.
I suppose, I suppose we've had a couple of injuries, and high-profile injuries, and we did use the league and to get a couple of those guys, get them on the field and up against good quality opposition and good players. So we didn't have Ryan, we didn't have Tony, we didn't have Shane, Dave McNary, a lot of key guys. So it was left to younger guys who I suppose are only learning and only developing and only getting experience to come on, and did it really well, and we won the league, and we've progressed. We've progressed since then, and we're happy with where we're at.
Probably for the first time in 3 years, maybe you have a whole panel to pick from, your entire panel to pick from. Fingers crossed, obviously, that in between now and then. So I mean, it's a fantastic position to go in ahead of the biggest game. That's it.
yeah, look, it's. I suppose that's just the way that it has unfolded, and I suppose crucial as well is that there's a bit of game time into some of those crucial guys as well that needed that game time. So yeah, look, we're happy with where we're at, and obviously we know what's in front of us as well, and we know the levels that we have to get to.
Just one thing, when the team announcement, the video that came out, I don't know if the management have anything to do with that. It was different, and I think a lot of people found it very emotive, even people who aren't from Clare.
Yeah,
Was
yeah. I was talking to Aaron outside, and Aaron, I think it's up at around 300,000 views on it there at the moment. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Was that anything to do with management, or was it just a
No, it was a call by the county board by Deirdre and Aaron. So yeah, no, it was brilliant. I watched it about 3 or 4 times. So anyway, it was great. It was great to see.
You've something bigger planned for the final, so.
Well, look,
U2 concert.
Look, we have a real good dynamic in the county board. They work really hard, very progressive, and Aaron Carl is from Krakow. Like I know him well. He's taught all my kids now. He's a great guy, great knows the club scene very well, and just it's really good.
Just on the supporters, because as a player you got great support, and as a manager, obviously, again, the people have great affinity for you in the county. You know what I mean? That are you finding that since you took over in the
Yeah,
job?
what I find is that I think there is like we have a great brand like Clare is in the county. Like it's brilliant to be involved in Clare. It always has been brilliant to be involved in Clare. I think our supporters, there is a real affinity with the team, with the individuals that are on the team. They see the work that they're doing, how committed they are, and every day that they go out, they give it all, and we get a response from our supporters. I don't know what the figures were, but I'd say would it have been 3-1, 4-1, 5-1 above in the semi-final the last day, and that was from a team that kind of probably were very disappointed with how we played in the Munster final, and both matches against them we really made some mistakes. So they were still willing to support the team and to get behind the team. So I think there is that affinity that is there. So we're conscious of that, and we're delighted with it. But it has to be respected as well.